Ah, yes. Good things are coming to the market. Make sure you guys smash some crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. So first thing we need to talk about today is something that I anticipated coming, and it is going to be arriving on May 26, 2026. They're going to be updating the TCGplayer minimum shipping price now. Starting on May 26, 2026, the marketplace small package minimum shipping price for orders less than $5 will increase from $1.31 to $1.49. This update will go into effect due to the USPS postage increase in July 2026, the upcoming Mayhem Store credit promotion, so you can take full advantage of the increased demand while better offsetting rising costs. Well, there you guys have it. If you're looking at picking up cards in the near future here off of TCGplayer, your shipping is going to go up 15 cents. You're probably like, well, that's not crazy, but this is just the times we live in, people. Cost of shipping has gone up, and I know a lot of people don't pay attention to a lot of the offset shipping prices, but this is what is to be expected right now, kind of going forward. Now, that being said, Blazing Dominion. YCS Columbus is this weekend, and this set has been hot. It's just like summer's starting to heat up as well, and we are seeing so much hype. Now, right now, Harmonia's Starlights are about $250. We're starting to see a little bit of a push down on this, which is actually kind of nice. Dominant Sparks are $200. These have actually been eradicated. Rotaries are 120. Looks like we've got Regenas coming in at 92s. Regular Harmonias are down to 95, or actually I should say they're up to 95. Over the weekend, they were about $89 a piece, so we are seeing a little bit of a shoot around on that. Solemn Accusations coming in at 84s. Dominus Sparks are $68 a copy now. Any of these, cards that you are going to need for national season, for, the competitive circle in general, has just been going absolutely bonkers. Shade the Obscures are now $55 a piece too for Starlights. I mean, sure. We are seeing the Charmer Quartet in Bloom kind of refreshing itself here. These are currently $74 to $75 a piece. The Red Nova Dragon, these are 46s right now. I'm glad to see that these are kind of repopulating and pushing back down. It is nice to see that we do have great opportunities, but still. Your Crimson Kings are currently 44s. Looks like that's just for Starlights, 45 normally. Crackles are 36s. Nervitos still have not repopulated either. These are still $55 a copy, and that's a little bit expensive. The Teller of the Fairy Tales are coming in at 48 still. We have Doomsy Grofflario still at 44. Magic Girus have not recovered either. You're still only on 15 listings of these at $41 to $46 a copy. Your Princess Drachneas are 40s as well. Power Vice Dragons are 40s. Yikaroos. Ginaldos are coming in at 41s. Solemn Accusations are also 33s. I'm very curious once we get through YCS season here. Where do we see Solemn Accusation starting to settle at as the market just kind of relaxes a little bit on this card? That's what I'm very curious about. We also do get to see, we'll come back to him here in a second. We get to see the Crimson Blade Dragon coming in at 28. Honestly, it's not terrible. I'm glad that those are going down. Trains have been very cheap too, $23. Comprex is also $19. I also talked about last week, Fata Dragno is probably one of the cards that you wanted to make sure that you could have, just as like a good generic super poly target for the future. And it does very much look like, they're starting to go up. Power Vice Dragons are still $20. It amazes me that we know that the Mind Shuffle deck, there is a build that does play the Power Vice stuff within the deck to be able to kind of do some of the shenanigans to kind of rotate through, which is kind of funny. Exceptional Schedules are $19 a copy. That's so incredibly bad. So cheap too. Regenas are $18. Rotaries are at 18s right now, which is fine. Looks like the Super Cannons are 13s. Celendias are 15s at the moment, which I guess is to be expected. Experiments are 13s. Drachneas are 12s. Okay. Shades are also still settling about $12. Crimson Kings at 9s. Your exceptional schedules, you may as well just pick up Starlights at this point, man. Judging by how these are, $7 is... Ugh. And then, of course, tokens in this set. You can actually kind of get some good value on these. Your Charmer and Quartet Bloom, these are $5 now. These have been kind of going up. Your listings on these are also getting smaller. Match Girus are also 5s, and your Teller of the Fairy Tales are going up too. Right now, one of the hidden questions of YCS Columbus is, how is the Fairy Tale deck going to do? How are we going to see this Challenger, unfold into the meta? And I'm a little bit curious about that myself, but that should give you a good painting on how Blazing Dominion's doing. Clowns have been all over the place too. Clowns are another one of those decks kind of going into the block where we're just kind of like, where's this going to fall? I said fall into the White Dragon. We looked at this stupid card yesterday. Now, listings have not repopulated on these. You're still solidly looking at verified. Oh, God, this is even worse now. Lowest verified is $116 copies on the Fallen of the White Dragon. That is fucking awful, mate. I feel bad for people here. I also feel bad for the guy who just sold one of these for $49. But this is bad. The market, obviously, Branded is supposed to be very, very good challenger going into the block here. But just the fact that we're looking at this card and the reality's coming down here, that you need this for multiple future instances of the meta, and the fact that the current meta also pretty much dictates you needing to have access to this. It's just a mess all the way around. So I guess, man. Celine, the queen of the master magicians. What do you want me to tell you here? We know that, being able to use this for link climbing shenanigans, it's always been, a real topic of conversation when this comes up, just kind of think about it like that. Obviously, it's RA01, which, to be fair, RA01 has a lot of the quarter century decent rarity stuff from that set, I think, has calmed down a lot, and that's good. Celine being able just to push the numbers that, you're kind of expecting it to. Still, $18 for a QCR on a Link 3. That's potentially one of the better cards within the set. Is really not that surprising. Medius the Pure. So, Medius has been confirmed for a reprint. Nobody is going to sit here and, cry about that. The problem with Medius at the moment is you need it right now. You need this card if you want to play any of the Power Patron decks in general, which is just, interesting. Obviously 150 on up to 160 on this. Looks like the Duad version is now $60, while the Ultras are about $34. So, as we are right now, congratulations, Medius the Pure is a very, very, very normalized, expensive card. And I still fully expect an alt-art in 2027. Forbidden Crowns. $88 a crown right now, people. This is what you're dealing with. Your Starlight Rares are pushing $185 on up to almost $200 a crown right now. Once again, I think a lot of this is WCQ season. A lot of the, major tournaments kind of going forward, we're going to get the chance to see this card be a major impactor in the upcoming meta. So I guess we'll have to wait and see with this. I'm not surprised to see where this is going. And then, of course, I want to remind people here, going into the little block of the weekend here, Sleeve Cheap is going to be running their 4th anniversary sale, and discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase on anything that you are going to want from that sale. Now, remember, this is only going to apply for people outside of North America. They're currently working on getting distribution fixed for North America. So it's going to be a little bit of time for this, and you guys aren't going to necessarily, get the opportunity to see what's coming, but kind of keep that in mind as things are kind of going forward. But YCS Columbus is this weekend. I will be there. If anybody wants to come say hi. And you guys, do your best and have a good weekend. Peace out, guys. patrons. Thank you. Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.